Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in, and in this video we're going to talk about counselors and how you as a student or you as an individual should not just leave everything on their hands or make a god out of one person and just trust them with everything that you have, especially if we're talking about futures, and basically shut your mouth, shut your brain, and do not want to invest your time into researching your future life and kind of everything else that is happening, or what is the best path for you to move forward. Because I've seen this mistake happening over and over in community colleges, over and over in four-year universities, and even though I even advised my brother about it multiple times in the 2 to 3 to 4 years that he was in community college, he never listened to me. And guess what happened? He had to pay the price. He stayed in community college longer than he's supposed to, or an average student would stay in community college, because he was misguided by his counselor. So I hope with this video we're not only talking about and learning about my journey, my brother's journey, how you should be able to handle your life, your own life, with your own hand, with your brain, do your research, but also correlate this subject with everyday life. Because although we're talking about counselors, but there is two very important bases that makes this whole argument valid for us to also correlate it to everything else that is happening in life. And I'm not just gonna basically preview it here. I'm going to go through the everything that I want to talk about, and in between the everything else that I'm going to say, I'm going to mention those two important factors at the end of this video. I'm going to get at them and show you how these are also applied in our daily lives, and we should be very careful about it, especially if we want to be successful, So let's get into them. First of all, let's talk about this whole ideology, all right, that you are making a god out of a person. Especially in nowadays, it does not make sense. Why would I say that? Because yes, maybe a counselor is an amazing person. Maybe a counselor is the person that's supposed to know everything about you, being able to transfer, you being able to get into the major that you want, you being able to get into the department that you want. But in 2024, in 2023, in 2020 and above, you have the access to reach out to anybody in your department, or in the department that you are trying to go, in the school that you're trying to transfer to, in the school that you're trying to get at. You can reach out to all those people in charge in admission. You can make phone calls. You can email them. You can try Zoom calls. Everything is available to you. So if you are not putting the time, if you are making a god out of someone else and don't want to do the work for yourself in order to later on see the progress and see the results, maybe you're at fault also. And you have to get out of that mentality that I have to just look at this person as the god, as this everything in this topic or in this major, and just let them tell me what is correct. When nowadays you have access to everything and you can find out all the information, you can double check all this information yourself. All right. So the very first problem that I have with this whole thing is that we as students, or majority of students, are just trying to push this job back to these counselors, thinking that they know everything, thinking that they know the right answer for you. And they don't want to do the research themselves. They want to just listen and say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, I will do it. It is 2024, people. You have to do better. You have to understand. That's the second point. That is also correlated in everything else that you do in life. You have to understand that no one else would care about you in your life and your future like yourself. So why should you believe that even the best of the best in whatever they are going to give you the best advice, are going to want the best for you, are going to always be truthful to you? Because after all, they're holding some sort of a title. Because after all, they're holding into some sort of a reputation as being this goddess. So why would they say, I don't know, or let me do more research about it when you have a question? They want to hold on to that reputation. They want to hold on to that title. So are they always going to tell you the truth? Are they always going to be honest in providing you with answers? And that again applies to everything else in life. So you, my friend, my greatest viewers, you have to do your own research. You have to stand up on your knees, on your foot, and say, hey, this is my life. This is my future. And I'm gonna get at it. I'm gonna do a little bit of research and see what is out there. What is the answer to my question? Let me reach out to the head of that department and see what are the qualifications that they will accept me. All right, so that is like, I basically shoved 2 points in 1 point and say that basically you have to do the research on your own. The second factor is that I was trying to kind of hit on when I was talking about the first factor is making this God out of a person and pushing all the responsibility on them and believing that they are the one with the greatest answer, with the right answer, with the greatest mind, with a lot of experience, that they're going to give you the best and the absolute answer. Nobody is living your life like you do. Nobody knows what is the best for you other than yourself. So you should not rely on anything when it comes to these experts. And just take their word and say, I drink it. I believe in you. This was the elixir for my success. Or blah, 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 blah. Again, goes back to the first point. You have to do your own research and understand that not every person that is holding a title is the best out there and is going to give you the absolute answer based on your life. You're the one who's living it. You understand it better than ever, and you will have questions. So what you should do is that you have to reach out to multiple people. Take away that goddess title from that one person. Reach out to multiple people, to the head of a department, to everybody else. Gather information. Look at your life. Look where you want to go. Look where you are. Look at your problems. Look at your obstacles. Look at the things that you need to improve. And say, okay, based on all the information I gathered, and based on what I know from my life, this is what I want to do. Or this is what I have to do in order to get there. All right? So they're not going to have the best response for you and for your future just because they're counselors or whoever they are. Again, this is something that you should apply in your everyday life as well. It's like, hey, because he's my boss, he knows everything. Because he is my teacher, he knows absolutely how I should approach looking at other topics or apply for PhD or make connection with these other professors. She did it in her own time. Everything else is different. Maybe this professor that you're really trying to work with has a different taste. And you know it, but she doesn't. So that doesn't mean that you have to go with her recommendation. Again, you have to look at where you're standing, where you're trying to go, what are your circumstances, and gather as much information as you can. Put everything together yourself with your mind and make a decision. just because somebody has a title or somebody has a suggestion because they have done it in the past or they read it somewhere, that doesn't mean it's the absolute answer. That doesn't mean it's the answer that is going to work for you. So again, it goes back to the whole first point that I've mentioned. You have to do your own research. But the second factor is that you don't have to give this goddess title to somebody to make all the decisions for you, to give you all the answers, and you believe in there and you say, yes, sir, and just move forward. You have to understand where you want to go, where you are, what are your obstacles, and how you can overcome them. All right, so take off that goddess mindset and stop giving it to people because they hold certain titles. And the third factor is that just look at how much time you're spending with those people, like with these counselors. All right, so if you're doing a drop-in, normally it's 10 minutes. 10 minutes, 1 to 2 minutes of it is usually when you're trying to get out and you're trying to get in. Okay, we're talking about 8 minutes. 8 minutes, if you sit down, hey, how's it going? Yes, thank you very much for responding to my question. 1 or 2 minutes is gone. So 4 minutes out of 10 minutes, now you're left with 6 minutes. Hey, I'm trying to study poli-sci and I'm really trying to aim at this university. What would you say somebody in my shoes has to do? I'm really trying to go with this tech program or with this other program that they have. Or what classes should somebody like me do or take or aim at? Oh, let me open this book. Let me go through section A, B, C and see what is out there for you. Boom. It's already gone. And if they tell you, hey, I'm going to do more research about it and get back to you, can you do the math for yourself? How much money she's getting paid to actually care about you? Why you shouldn't, as I've mentioned in the 2 previous factors, why you shouldn't do it yourself. Why you shouldn't be so active in reaching out, getting her opinion, and then go to the next one, go to the next one, go to the next one, to this high-ranking member in the department, to this other person in the university you're trying to get at, and you do the own research and get your own answers and see what makes sense to you. Especially nowadays with the inflation, more and more people are not doing their job right, people. They're not doing their job right, students. They're just trying to provide you with an answer and get out of there. Just to get that paycheck. Do not rely on their responses. And let me tell you this. It's a fair question to think about it. When she has enough time, when she has a free time, right? It's her free time. It's a weekend. It's Thursday afternoon. At 5:30 p.m. She's about to close at 6. Or she's about to get out or clock out at 6. Or at 5 and it's 4:30 p.m. Why, or we're even talking about a weekend, why shouldn't she think about how she can make her daughter happy? What she can do for her family, for her beloved ones that is in there. In the car or in the house waiting for them, especially if it's Valentine or Valentine is coming up. Let me go on Amazon and purchase this and purchase that. Why shouldn't she do that or think about those stuff first instead of you and doing the research for you? So wake up, please. The whole purpose behind this video is for you to start becoming an adult. To understand that, especially when we're moving forward, especially when the inflation is getting worse and worse and there are no signs of it getting better, of when people are doing the same job and even though they're getting raised, their money that they're making is not enough, they're automatically is going to get turned off and pay less attention to their jobs. And me and you, we still are not in a position that can afford the best. Who would care about us because they're getting a shitload of money. All right? So how about we stand up for ourselves, we stop being lazy and do the research, and care about our future and understand that the only person that is going to understand my life and make the best decisions for me is me. Sure, I have to listen to everybody else, but I'm the one who knows my life the best. And this 10 minutes, this 20 minutes, this 30 minutes that I'm getting, that I'm believing this person knows all the answer, that I'm believing this person is going to care so much about me because my life story is amazing and perfect, it's not true. Or it's a wishful thinking. And you have to be responsible for yourself. You have to do a lot of research for yourself and reach out to a lot of people, especially in 2024, when everything is available to you, and make the right decisions yourself. Please do that. Please do not trust your life, trust your future with other people who are pretending to be the best or the goddess in certain positions. Please approve and accept that at some point they will make a mistake, at some point that you will be lied to, because they want to hold on to their reputation and to their position and everything else that comes with it. The only way you can battle it, the only way you can know where exactly you're going and get out of there on time, or get into that department that you're trying to go at, or study that subject, is if you absolutely have talked to multiple people and know where you're going and have made the right decisions in order to get there and have a perfect plan. Period. Do not fall for believing in that somebody else will care about you, somebody else will do all the work for you, and you just have to go with their words. Oh, she told me to do this. Sure, I'll be transferring in 2 years. Again, I titled this video why you shouldn't trust, or why you shouldn't really give everything to the counselors and believing in them. But really the main point behind this whole video is that you also have to apply everything else that we talked about in this video in your daily life as well. With all those people that you're valuing so much and giving those titles to, and start waking up about what you should do in order to progress in life. Thank you for watching, and catch you on the next video.